If your business feels like it's running you instead of the other way around, stick with me for a couple minutes because what I'm going to tell you is probably something you haven't heard before. So most founders think that they have a operational bottleneck, that there's too much chaos, they don't have the right team members, or they have too many tasks that are not being done. What I found after running operations for several years is that operations is not the problem. The real problem is that your business is not set up, the foundation is not there to hold this type of workload. So, no tool, no team member, no system is going to fix it. My name is Geraldine. I'm a fractional COO, and I've been consulting small business owners, founders, startups for the past 7 years. So this channel is going to show you going forward a lot of content on what issues I see when I'm working with business owners and how I fix them. So a lot of behind the scenes. So in this video, I'm going to go over some operations 101 just to kind of set the foundation on what the next couple of videos are going to look like. And I want to start off with the basics because a lot of the time as a business owner, we sometimes miss the basics. So I'm going to start off with the process. So a lot of people think that processes and systems and overall operations are the same thing, but they're not. The process is a series of steps. So kind of like when you're writing out an SOP, you're writing out every little task that needs to be done for that process to be completed. A lot of the times what I'm seeing is that founders and business owners still keep a lot of these processes in their head. And whenever they hire a team member, it takes them a while to train them up because they have to manually train them how to do these things instead of having these processes written out and stored somewhere organized. The system is what happens when those processes are being conducted. Usually it's connected to some automation or workflow, or someone is responsible for that process. And when that system is running, you kind of forget about it because you know that someone's responsible for it and it's being taken care of, or we think it is. That being said, the business owner, founder, having all of these processes in their head and not documented anywhere, they become the single point of failure. So just going over that, you know that it's not a people problem, it's a foundation problem. And your team can only operate on the foundation that you have created. And if the structure doesn't exist, all of the questions your team has on how to do something or how something works is always going to come back to you, the business owner. When I start working with a business owner, there are three things that I ask before even building out any system because it's so important to understand what their operational foundation is going to look like. The first question is, how does everything get done around here? Now, what I'm asking is, how is a process, a specific process, being done? So if I was to ask three team members to complete one specific process, one specific task, I'm probably going to get three different processes. They're going to tell me the way that they like to do it. If that's the case, there's no process in place, it's just a preference, and preference does not scale. The second question I like to ask is, who's responsible for this process? Who's responsible to making sure that this task gets completed every day? It's basically having an owner for each process because when that thing does not get completed, someone is responsible and accountable for it. So no one's going to start pointing fingers on, oh, I thought you were supposed to do it. There should be someone responsible for each process. And I'm pretty sure you already know everyone likes to complete tasks, but no one is the actual owner and taking accountability for making sure that that task gets done. And my last favorite question is, what's the rhythm? What's the cadence of this business? It's basically how you're orchestrating your business. You know, how do you guys communicate? Do you guys have daily meetings? Do you guys have weekly meetings? Is there someone documenting it? Who's responsible for making sure that things are getting done? And the reason I like to ask this question is because I've worked in several businesses where there's a lot of chaos, there's no cadence, and people are just putting out fires every day and not moving the needle forward. And that's how businesses start to get stuck. So everything seems to be in reactive mode, and being in a reactive mode does not help scale. So going back to my foundations 101, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that you get out of this video, that building the foundations can be uncomfortable and you probably don't want to spend time setting this up, but it is critical to have something in place. And it requires you as a business owner to make sure that when you have all of these in place, that you're setting your team up for success. So just admitting that you're the bottleneck of your own business is humbling, but you're going to feel so good after you say that out loud. So say it with me. I am the bottleneck of my business. And my overall goal whenever I work with clients is for them to be able to relax, be able to take time off without having to check in on their team because they know that the foundation that they have created is setting their team up for success and that the work is going to get done. Now, I created something for you. You can grab it down below. It's a operational audit checklist that I use with all of my clients, and I encourage you to download it and take a look. And hopefully it helps you see any cracks or any issues that you might have in your business right now. If this landed for you, please subscribe because every week I'm going to bring you content like this. If there's something that you would like me to go over, comment below and I will check it out. See you next week.